So, PlayStation is scared of the Steam machine, huh?
Wake up, it's a brand new day. Crazy Lou's here, got something to say. Good morning, gamers, rise and shine. It's time to play, let's have a good time. Morning, morning, gaming community. With Crazy Lou, it's a world of unity. Upbeat and lively, we're feeling so free. In the world of games, we're just meant to be. Grab us, come and eat a scene. Crazy Lou is ready, it's a gaming scene. Fruities trading people, orders in. All recent gaming gold, rates and pay top bean. Good morning, coming moving. It's a world of unity. Upbeat and lively, we're feeling so free. Wake.
Initiating launch sequence.
Let's begin!
Good morning, everybody. Also, afternoon and evening, the crazy one with shine beautiful and awesome Friday. Also, great weekend, my friends, because heck, we're already here. The weekend is here. Let's go. Time to play games. Time to settle down. Time to have some fun. That's what we got to do at the end of the day, my chats. But before we start the show, because we're going to talk about how Sony is scared, as they're saying out there. They are scared. They fear Valve Steam machine. They are so scared about that damn machine and what can it do, because hey, supposedly by the rumors we have heard, they have pulled back on PC, and if they are true and decide not to release any other games or do anything else, I guess all this stuff that's happening is actually true. But either way, though, good morning, Iron Mike. What's up? How you doing, my brother? What's up? Is this what's up, player? How you doing? Sanchez Martinez Gaming. Good morning. Good morning. PS is scared of Valve and Helix. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I mean, I gotta tell you something. I gotta tell you something. And I've always said this before, and I'll say this again. If they don't innovate or do something different, they're gonna be stuck in the times. Yep. And I gotta tell you something. We're gonna have a good discussion, because I already, like, when I saw this news yesterday, I sat down and started to think, like, okay, why are they scared? What's happened? Why aren't they as confident as they say they are? Because the PS fanboys are probably out there saying, hey, they're doing the right move. They're pulling back on Steam because they got to keep it exclusive to the console, so we can come back here. I mean, why aren't they confident with their console though? Because again, they sold what, 92 million, or shipped 92 million, yet, and that was without games, right, chat? That was without games. They sold 92 million consoles. Hmm. Interesting, interesting. Why they have to pull back on this? Big Money B, good morning to you, sir. How you doing? He says WWE 2K26 so great. I played WWE 2K26 so great. You already said it was great, and you repeated to say it was great again. Man, Big Money, man. Eric Von Eric, what's up, Eric Von Eric? How you doing? Good morning. What's up? What's cooking? Kenneth Williams, good morning. I don't know if I said good morning to you. So let's get on with the show. Let's start off with the Forza Horizon, because heck, we got some Forza Horizon news. New update on some stuff on the map. Some new info that we probably already knew. But yeah, it's interesting to see that one thing I'm noticing is IGN is doing all these videos. Why? Why are you giving it to IGN? That is like the only thing I find, like, hmm, a bit negative, right? Because I don't know why you're giving it to IGN. The guys who go out there and literally just do some weird ass reviews, talk bad about everything in there. I don't know. I mean, Chad, it's something I don't understand. But But hey, they're doing the video, so we're gonna cover that. Let me shoot. Oh, hold on 1 second, so I can show the video on the screen because there's been a problem. All right, all right, finishing up. All right, so now, okay, here we go. So basically, in the video, what was talked about is, they're talking about how they created the game, how they sat there, and did everything they did for the game itself, and they talked about how big it was. It's 5 times bigger than the map from Forza Horizon 5, which is actually a pretty cool thing. And also, they gave you a little bit more detail on the sceneries and stuff that was going on, in the game and how beautiful the game is, how fantastic it looks, how great things are, and that they had to split into two teams. That's what they did. Sunrise says Friday the 13th and Sony is scared. Oh shit, today's Friday the 13th. You're right though. Man, I know got Friday the 13th again to play. Mm, that thing got old. They should bring that sucker back. So yeah, chat. Like I was saying though, one of the weird things is that IGN has been covering right now, Forza Horizon. Don't know why, but I don't know why Xbox didn't give them that opportunity. Because seriously, are they making a change or something like going to happen with them? I don't know. But, yeah, I don't know. I do not like the idea, chat, to see that they're giving this to to IGN. But hey, they know what they're doing at least. I think. But like I said though, there's more stuff over here on Forza Horizon 6. More looks on on the biomes, on everything. They're bringing in for the game. Like I said, they have to split the teams into two, which is something pretty cool to hear about because heck, one team had to work in Tokyo, the other one had to go out there and work on the rest of the areas of the game. They showed you a couple more things, like they have a container area here in the game in Japan. That's in Japan, and how much of the city they actually copied and put this into the game, man. It's really fantastic, I gotta say. So, chat, if you guys want to take a look at it, it's in the description down below after the show, of course, because I want y'all hanging out with me. But yeah, it's actually an interesting video to see, though. It's interesting to see because, you get to see the snow more on the mountains. You get to hear about ski lodges that they've made, and that's in the mountains of Japan. They also talk, like I said, they mentioned a couple things on there that's pretty interesting. And man, I gotta say, looking at it, you're like, wow, just everything. Every time I see this video, I just get more and more like amazed, like on the detail. Look at that! Oh my god, it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous how they pretty much did everything on the dot. The bamboo trees, man. It's just wow, 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 wow. Man, I can't wait for the release of this game. It's gonna be a lot of fun. And like I said, it's 5 times bigger. There's going to be a lot of driving. They should add ski mode in this game. I mean, if you're going up to the mountain lodge, where they have skis and stuff like that, I mean, they should have a ski mode in this. Right, chat? So we can go skiing downhill. What's up, Gugga Good morning. We're tackling down a little bit what the video said, and the things that they showed. You can also see the bullet train in the video, which is pretty cool. Driving around, you see the bullet train coming up to you. Oh man, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Like I said, this video is fantastic. You guys got to take a look. It's gonna show you a little bit more of the scenery. Like even the guy that's sitting in the video is talking. He said that there's this one picture that he was looking at, and when he looked at it on the screen, is that a picture? The developer was like, nope, that's actually the scene. In the game. They're like, wow, it is impressive. I mean, they really sat down and jot down on detail when it came to this game. Like basically what they did with the last one, though, but this time they made it bigger and for what it seems better. But yeah, chat, go ahead and watch the video later on. It's a pretty cool video. I like seeing these videos because at the end of the day, they pour more info, even though they kind of give you a little bit of spoilers and stuff like that, but they pour you more info. Another interesting take is if you go up in the mountains, right, you get to see Tokyo from up in the mountains. I was like, whoa, that's pretty cool. So, like I said, They really, really paid attention to detail when it came down to this game. So that's pretty cool stuff. Pretty good stuff. So, chat, let's move on up to the gossip because I really want to cover that gossip with Sony PlayStation because I told you guys a couple days ago about PlayStation leaving PC. I always said people are talking about it's a good strategy, bring back games to console, but I said myself, I said myself, look, for me, they are scared. Why do I say they are scared? Because if you, without exclusives, without exclusives, right? Without exclusives, you guys sold 92 million consoles, right? Or shipped 92 million consoles. I don't know what the total sales are because one word is shipped, the other one is sold. But you guys have shipped 92 million consoles, which at the end of the day, you probably will sell it. So, yeah, ship those consoles, and you guys are scared of a Steam machine because you don't want to put your games on there because people are not going to come by and buy your PlayStation or whatever. Wow, that's some pretty funny stuff, I gotta say. Because look, you already got your fan base installed there. It's gonna be hard for your fan base to go ahead and leave the company, or leave everything behind, especially if they buy games. Pimp Charisma, where is the Resident Evil review? You really want me to talk to about Resident Evil? I said it yesterday though. Didn't you hear me my review though? Oh god, I have to do a review video on Resident Evil for Pimp Charisma. But I did talk about it yesterday. I just didn't give enough spoilers in there because Joey was on here. And if Joey is here listening, I still don't want to give the spoilers because there's gonna be some talks in there that probably is gonna feel like a spoiler though. But yeah, I did talk about it, Pimp Charisma. I did. I did mention it yesterday after you sent the super chat. We sat here and I already told the chat that the game for me was a 9.5 out of 10. That's what it was. 9.5 out of 10. I already had a blast playing Resident Evil. I really did. I really did. I can't get off the WWE 2K26 pause. Okay, Big Money. Y'all, you need to chill, Big Money. Okay, I mean, men in tights, though. Yeah. No, I'm just kidding. I had to show you, Big Money. I had to show you. But yeah, like I was saying, chat, bring it back into the whole Steam situation. You guys sold 92 million consoles without having exclusives. So you guys have a confident fan base. You gotta say I'm gonna have people jumping in, buying their consoles, having fun with their games and stuff like that. The only problem is your consoles haven't sold more, PlayStation, and we all know this why, is because of the whole price increases and everything. You got a think machine right here that's 5 years old. And when somebody looks at it, you're like, huh. They look at it like, I don't know, should I pick it up? Should I not pick it up? And of course, it's gonna happen with every box, except for the Nintendo Switch 2, because Nintendo Switch 2, is still kicking ass out there, and now that's a new machine. But you got the other guys who are on PS4 that only play Fortnite, only play Call of Duty, only do this stuff. That actually don't want to make the jump because your boxes have not lowered the price, and that's why before you guys were going out there saying, "Well, we're estimated to sell 25, we're estimated to sell 30, we're estimated to sell 35 million by the end of this year," and now as of late, you guys don't even mention the number of how much consoles you guys are estimated to sell because they have been bad. But of course, like I mentioned, it's because of the whole price situation. Because people nowadays look at it like, "Shit, that's a 5-year-old tech. I know I should pick it up," and that's what's happening. But still, you guys have made an impressive number when it comes to console sales. Why are you guys afraid that your whole PS5 community might say, "I'm out"? Are you trying to attract new people to this console? Because I don't think that's gonna work anymore, my friend. But the whole exclusive thing, you going out there showing them God of War, you showing them all this stuff. I don't think that's gonna work. Or Astrobot. Oh my God, no. I don't think that's gonna work though. But Pip Grizz is an unfiltered review. Okay, Pip, let's do something. Let me do the show for everything that we're covering, and then later on, right before I'm about not about, but right before let's say 30 minutes before I end the show, I'll go in and tackle it. Okay, I'll give you an unfiltered review. I'll give you a nice unfiltered review. It won't take me long because I just have like a couple cool things to say, one little negative thing to say about it, but yeah. Actually, two. Two. But so I actually found a Xbox copy of Requiem. I will be playing it this weekend. Oh, you're in for a ride, my friend. It's actually a really good game. It's actually a really good game. So, like I was saying, chat, right? They decided to stop porting on PC, supposedly, because that was Jason Schreier. Because in the article, we also found out that, which is pretty funny. We also found out that they could actually change their minds down the way because they can change their mind because the way the industry is and blah blah blah. It's actually a 50-50 situation. So basically, the guys who were out there says about, hey, they're gonna pull back on the PC ports, but they can actually change their minds. Isn't telling me like if they're actually pulling back on it 100%. That's not telling me that. That's not telling me that because now, even though, because this is the funny thing that people didn't mention when they read the article is, hey, yeah, they pull back on the PC port, but wait a minute, they can actually pull back from that idea again too. So don't go out there cheering because at the end of the day, even though they pulled now, but down the road they might come back to it again. And you know when they'll come back to it again? I'll tell you when, chat, and this is simple. They'll come back to it again if the Steam machine doesn't sell well. If Project, Helix doesn't go well, they'll probably go ahead and, you know, throw it out there. And say, okay, let's put our games back there. They'll probably do that if, like I said, the rumors are true, because we have not found that out. Because, hey, kind of funny though, I saw an article out there and I was laughing, just seriously, just laughing when I read the title of this article. And I'm going to show it to you guys because, hey, why not? It's hilarious. It's a funny title. And it's incredible how a media site, right? How a media site picks up on this and decides to talk about it for the clicks. Because, of course, you got to get your PS fans on your side, right? But the funny thing is, you're actually getting his fanboys, not actually true gamers. Because, like I said about those PS fanboys, I mean, do they play games? Because, do they play games? You know what I mean. So I saw this thing out there on Twitter. Let me see if I can actually find the news. I can go ahead and post it here. Because kind of funny though, they always said that PC is not a competitor. Remember that, chat? How many times they came back here and I told them that PC is a competitor? They said, no, Louis is not a competitor. PC doesn't do nothing because, it's an open box. Especially Mike Johnson. He's the one who always said that. Yep, and he ain't here today, but he's actually hiding. Let me see if I can find that article, my friends. Let me see if I can find that article because I know. New Legal posted something about that article, but sometimes my buddy New Legal, because he doesn't have the time to search for things, you know, sometimes he goes ahead and posts things and he just can't find it. PlayStation is going to regret leaving behind PC. Let's see if I can find it though, because I remember I saw the article and I was just laughing. I was laughing so hard reading that. If I can find it, I think it was No Legal that posted it. Nope. I think that post came down though. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? No. I can't find it. No. Let me see. PC fans begging for sellers. Let me see if I can find it. I can't find the article. Maybe I'll find it later on though. Maybe I will find it later on. Just cannot find it. Or probably it was just a joke post. But all I know is I read something out there, and I was laughing my butt off about it red because usually they were saying that PC fans were port begging for PlayStation 5 exclusives. Mike Johnson's Crazy Louis adopted pony. Yeah, I'm giving him a chance though. I'm giving him a chance. But when he goes back to his pony tendencies, we're gonna kick him out of here. Because hey, he was actually begging to be here. Insane. That's right. Sony better fear Valve. Why you asked before? Valve does nothing and still wins, says Dark Zone. Because look, Valve. Listen, I've been on the Steam store, and I gotta say though, one of the most impressive things I see on Steam is when you open up your PC or you open up your email, and all of a sudden you say, "Hey, a game you wish listed is actually at this price. A game you wanted to get is actually for this price, this price." So basically, if you want to buy a game on Steam, like several games, you're not in a rush to purchase them. All you gotta do is add them to your wish list, and all of a sudden, like a month or two later, you start getting emails of them telling you, "Hey, we got this on sale. We're doing this. We're doing that." Kind of like Xbox got the idea from them because Xbox is doing the same thing. If you wish listed a game, Xbox emails you to tell you, "Hey, listen, this game is now at this price," which is actually something pretty cool. I really enjoy when they do that. If you add it to the wish list, so Steam does that. They give you good deals and everything, and when you see those deals, you go in, boom, 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 and you decide to purchase because if you look at it, you're like, it's $15. So I actually need it. Like, yeah, it's only $15. It's nothing. Of course, you will go ahead and purchase it. It's one of the cool things I saw on the Steam machine. And of course, if this is true, that they're actually scared because of that, actually pulled out from the PC ports. Because heck, we all know what happened to Bluepoint. And I keep on saying, why, oh, why, oh, why, PlayStation, didn't you guys port? Because seriously, why didn't you guys port Demon Souls to PC? That would have been a savior right there. Why didn't you? I don't get it. Why did you want to keep this game exclusive? But, but, in fanboy narrative, we need to have exclusives. Okay. And this is what happens though. What's up, babe? What's up, Ray Ray? How you doing? Get me through this meeting, Louis. Oh no, what meeting you in, bro? What's happening? What's happening, my friend? We're right here, seeing how PlayStation is scared from Valve. So it says here in the article, and this is from PC Gamer, because of course, it kind of mixed it up a bit, but to be honest though, it smells fear for me if they're pulling it out, though. I'm not pause, that sounded so wrong, but at the end it does. Bluepoint tech boss suggests Sony scared of Valve, not Microsoft. And again, why not Xbox though? That is the weird part. Why not Xbox though? Because I gotta tell you something. I'd be scared of Xbox. Why would I be scared of Xbox? Because Xbox is doing things that you're like, whoa. It's making it easier for developers to develop on, which that's a plus. A major, major plus. Why wouldn't you be scared of Xbox though? Because Xbox just made it simpler, my friend. Just do it once and that's it. Port it over here and that's it. And plus, with that Play Anywhere, with having it on your TV, having all this stuff, and that cloud, woo-wee, just keeps on growing, baby. Just keeps on growing. So here we go. Bluepoint Tech suggests Sony scared of Valve, not Microsoft, and that's why it's pulling back from PC. It would be quite ironic if Valve ultimately ended up winning the console war. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, so you guys are scared that people just... That tells you the confidence Sony has. Aww. Pretty Ray on the panel, Louis. I mean, if Ray wants to come in, man, I mean, I'm always happy to open, these. Hey, listen, I'm happy, the doors are always open for anyone who wants to jump in, except for, PlayStation fanboys. We don't. No. I think the only PlayStation fan, will actually let in the channel, sit here and talk is actually Big Cloud. We'll actually let Big Cloud because Big Cloud is more down the middle of a guy. But no, 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 no. But yeah, anyone who's an Xbox fan, come on in here. Me, I just think everyone's intimidated by the raw power and magnetism of Linux. So let's read what it was said though. Man, what's up with all these ads though? These ads are crazy out here, and these ads, man, I have an ad blocker. Block them. Our 6-year stint of feeling. Hold on. 1 second, child. I'm going to bring this to the side. All right. Perfect. So it says here, our 6-year stint of feeling very smug about getting pretty much every game on PC, excluding Nintendo, which will forever be Nintendo about it, came to an end last week when the report from Bloomberg said that Sony has decided to pull back from its strategy of releasing its console exclusives after a suitable delay on PC. Theories flew as to what had prompted Sony to make the move. Do its PC ports not make it money anymore? Do they weaken the brand? Was the corporation scared of Microsoft Project Helix? Oh, okay, it's far away. Project Helix is next gen console that will, it says, play both Xbox and PC games. Maybe, maybe not. But there's a new theory for the POW, courtesy of Bluepoint Games RIP. Wow, they should just call it RIP Studios. That's true. Head of technology Peter Dalton. What is Sony actually scared of Valve, not Microsoft? Oh, this is done. Should have some water. Some people frame Sony's PC pullback as a response to Xbox, but I'm not convinced that's the real driver, wrote Dalton on X. A more interesting possibility is the rise of the Steam-based console ecosystem. After all, why do people buy consoles instead of PCs? They're usually cheaper, easier to figure out, and low maintenance. But now Valve's come along with devices like the Steam Deck and the Steam Machine and started blurring those lines. Dalton continues. If Valve releases a new Steam console that provides a console-like experience while giving players access to the entire PC game library, that could become a very compelling option. If Sony were releasing all of its games day and date on PC, the Steam console could effectively offer the best of all worlds. That could actually be Xbox's slogan, best of all worlds. Yep. Con simplicity with the full breadth of PC gaming, which is rather tasty, isn't it? In fact, speaking from personal experience, more than a few people close to me who up and now been console only have reached out to ask me about the Steam Machine and suggested it might be what they upgrade to next. It will be quite ironic if, after decades of traditional console competition, Bob ultimately end up winning the console war. Of course, to do that, it has to actually, release all that cool hardware in unveiled last year, a prospect which seems to get harder every single day that the RAM crisis continues. And that's it. Nothing else. That's it. Man, just when it was about to get spicy, that's it. Aww. Take on Sony may be pushing PC release and instead focusing more heavily on exclusives. Some people frame it as a response to Xbox, but I'm not convinced that's the real driver. I'll tell you what they're scared from, my friend. They're scared of innovation. That's the word they're scared of. They're scared of this new innovation that's coming because, heck, before, as you guys mentioned, you had a big ass box as a desktop, right, to build your PCs. I mean, crap. Even though there are mini PCs out there, still they're probably a bit more bigger than the console. You had to buy the motherboard. You had to buy the sock. You had to buy pretty much everything. You had to buy everything from that damn thing. You got to buy the graphic card, all the stuff. And when you were done building the damn PC, it was 1,000, 1,002, 1,003, 1,005, 2,000, 2,500, 4,000. I call mine cost 4,000. Pretty expensive, but now they have figured out how to bring a small box, put it in the living room, like Microsoft did back in the early 2000s, and that's a threat to you guys, of course. And that's why, for me, if they actually did pull, it's because you guys are scared. You guys are scared this machine is gonna come out. It's gonna do more stuff than what you guys have done. Because shit, you know what y'all been doing? Y'all been sitting there looking at your console sales, focus on your own ecosystem instead of providing ways for people to come to access your ecosystem, like Microsoft is doing, because they know how the future is right now. They see it. They're not stupid. And if you guys notice that your competition is doing that, right? If your competition is doing that, why don't you start doing that? PlayStation, why don't you start making your own PC ports? Like, for example, get a fucking PC app on there. Call it a PlayStation PC app. So a person, for example, I know a few people that love PlayStation to death and actually own a Steam Deck or Legion Noble Go, or they own an Xbox, or they own, let's say not an Xbox ROG Ally, or they own a ROG Ally. I mean, how beautiful would it be if you guys had a store there for people to have access to it? That would have been nice. That would have been nice. So that way, and also, have the idea like if you buy it once over here on PlayStation, over here, you're gonna play here on the PC app too. That would have been nice too, but no, No, you want to keep it like you want to keep it locked in the box. That's it. Just keep it locked in the box. Have people have people go in there, just log into your box and all this stuff. Play the games over there, and that's it. Because you guys make money on the box. I get that, but with this RAM situation, everything that's happening, how are you going to face what's coming up next? What are you gonna do? You're gonna make a console that's lower power than the other one, though. Dark Zone says the future's PC. Yes, PC is on the rise. PC's been on the rise for quite some time, Dark Zone. For quite not some time, a long time. What up, Bluey in chat? Just watching the show, waiting on in Comic Con line to get in. Oh man, if you see Arnie, broke boy, get Arnie's number for me. I want to call Arnold Schwarzenegger and be like, I'm your biggest fan. I want to go to California, sit with you, smoke cigars, and clean boots. I believe the SSD machine was aiming to 1080p, 30 FPS, or could do be, or that could be for a new handheld. I'm not sure. Oh, I think what was said out there was, I think because I actually read something. What was said out there is like the minimum requirements for the game were going to be 1080p, 30 FPS. I think that's what it was said out there. Hey, what's up, Sinceres? Good morning to you, brother. How you doing, man? What's up? What's up? What's up? Well, like I said, though, what do you think, Chad? Is Sony actually scared of all these machines, innovating and heading out there? Because I gotta say something, Project Helix is really innovating something. They're bringing you the console experience plus PC experience. That's fucking crazy, my friends. That's fucking crazy. I mean, just reading that, from the GDC or seeing the 34-minute Jason Ronald video and everything and how he says, you're just gonna develop one so everything can be everywhere. Windows is gonna get Xbox mode, which is also a cool thing. You're like, oh man, I'm telling you, chat, you're gonna be able to turn your PC into an Xbox. It's gonna be super fucking awesome. I'm telling you this, man. I'm so hyped up for next gen. It's no joke, and I really do hope that they actually bring the upgrade to this box right here because I like I said yesterday, I was like thinking about it. I was like, oh man, Project Helix, all the information that came out from Project Helix. What am I going to do with this box? Should I actually sell it to get the Project Helix? Should I do this? But then I said, I'm gonna get probably 12 to 15,000 for this box, probably 15,000 pesos for this box. Why don't I do this? Why don't after the Helix comes out, send it over, give it some maintenance, give it some love. Of course I give it some maintenance, but have someone give it more maintenance love than what it has, and just keep the box right here and connect it to another TV. Because to be honest, though, I don't know what PlayStation is going to do to convince me to go pick up a PS6, though. Because I'll tell you something, I'm not. I picked up the PS5 thinking, okay, last year, they had a couple great games on there, when I hop in and play them. But this year, it's like nothing intrigues me. I know Spider-Man came out. I know God of War Ragnarok came out. There's a bunch of things that came out. And I'm like, it just, maybe one day I'll probably sit down and say, okay, let me jump in and go through these games. But it's like, no, I'm just, no. Seriously, it's like, I don't want to. It doesn't give me the energy. Quite honestly, I haven't been quite an active PC gamer since the Commodore 64 days. Damn, since years, that was a long ass time ago. Survey 6028 says, I haven't bought a PS since PS2. Wow. I bought a PS every gen. And also, I bought Nintendo's every gen too. I had Nintendo Wii, Nintendo Wii U, Nintendo Switch. And yeah. The Switch, if you're gonna have nephews and kids, the Switch is a must-have for the nephews and kids. That's a must-have, 100%. But yeah, but the PlayStation though, I look at it, I'm like, nah. I mean, it just doesn't intrigue me anymore. Probably, I might say PS2 has so many games. I got a question though. Hold up a second. I got a question. Hold on. You brought up a PS2 here, but I have a question. This is an honest question I'm going to ask you all. Is the PS2 a video game console or is it a DVD player? Because you were able to watch DVDs on the PS2. So the question is, was it a console? Was it a DVD player? Because you're getting an Xbox console out here, right? It's called Project Helix. Yet Project Helix, right? Project Helix is is a console is going to play the old Xbox games and everything, but it can also play PC. And I know these guys out there are saying no, it's a PC instead of a console. So it comes to my question again: was the PS2 a console or a DVD player? Most people bought it because of its DVD. Yeah, no, no, no. But this is a serious question, though. Was it a console? Was it a DVD player, or was it a DVD player that can play, video games? I mean, you had a guy tell you in X the other day, if it doesn't have a disc drive, it's not a console. Wow, really? Wow. So wait. So it comes to my next question. In your car, with cars nowadays the way they are, they don't come with CD players, they don't come with cassettes, they don't come with none of that. I'll tell you, from my car, it connects all Bluetooth right now. If I want to listen to music, I gotta have be in Spotify, or I gotta have YouTube Music, which I like better than Spotify, to be honest. Though I like it better though. YouTube has more music than Spotify does. But okay, that's how I listen to music. So if my car does not have a disc player or a cassette player, is it a radio? Because nowadays you go in and buy a radio, right? It doesn't have a CD player and cassette player. So is it still a radio though? Insane. So wait. So the PS5 though, digital, does not come with a disc drive. The fat one, because I have the fat one though. Going on to the fat one. Doesn't have a disc drive, the digital one. So is it a PS5 or what is it? It's a PC then. Well, basically, no, the PS5 is a PC. I mean, you can actually. There was someone out there that modded it, and added Linux to it. Seriously, they did. Uh well, at least you're more recent than there I am. My go-to PC games way back were The Law of the West and some visual adventure games. Wow, 360, PS3, Xbox One, PS4, PS5, Xbox Series S and X. All stripped down PCs, but our consoles. Exactly, sir. Exactly. That's what it is. All it does is as an operating system that if you knew how to go through it, like someone did out there with the PS5, you can actually add Windows. You can actually add um, Linux to it. You can actually do all this stuff. Honestly, calling the Xbox into the PC is not a bad thing. I don't see why people are mad about that. Will they be running Windows fully? Calling the Xbox Series a PC is fine because it basically is. These consoles are basically PCs. The thing is that they want to go in and have this really crazy, weird argument. I don't understand why. Then he said, if you can upgrade it, it's not a console. PS, you can add disk and install more storage. He didn't like that. Because they're trying to move the goalposts, bro, boy. They're trying to move the goalposts, but again, you ask Grok and say, "Hey, Grok, is a PlayStation? Does PlayStation 5 have PC components?" And that's it. They're done. They're doomed. They're out. Because console gamers are need to fulfill PC master race fetish of calling everything a PC. Dark Zone, they are. All you gotta do is find a way to add it. That's it. All you gotta do is find a way to go in, hack through the operating system, and do it. The OG Xbox was literally a PC. They even said in the documentary. But again, I'm just saying what they're saying out there, which is crazy. That's why I brought up the whole idea about the PS2 that had a DVD player. But during that time, was it actually a video game console, or was it or was it a DVD player? That's a simple question right there. Can your console print documents? I've heard, survey. I heard something, and I think it can though, because I've heard and saw that there was an article that there was a college student that I was actually using the Series S to do college work on it. They did college work. I don't know if you can probably print something. Probably you can though, because if you can have access to what's it called, Microsoft 365, right? If you can have access to Microsoft Office 365 on your console, which that's what the college student did, you had access to it. You could probably print something. I mean, who knows? Let's go see something. Let's go check that out. It's actually a good question though. Let me go look at this. And I froze. Good thing. All right, it's back to normal. All right, so can an Xbox print documents? Let's go look for this right now. Let's have some fun. So the print drivers, nor okay, there you go. Nor it supports traditional USB connection for most printers. Okay, actually it doesn't though. I thought it did though, but let's see. Let's see though. So here we go. A college student, and I just looked for an AI review. It says here, college student can use a gaming console, Xbox One series, to perform college work by utilizing the built-in web browser to access tools like Google's Classroom, Blackboard, or Canvas. While not efficient as a dedicated computer, this method allows students to check assignments, read course materials, and submit work when paired with a USB keyboard or mouse for better productivity. So yes, you can actually do that on the console. Because I remember reading an article a long time ago that you can actually do work on it. Like some student had a Series S, and since the Series S you can attach the screen to it, he took a class. Yeah, you can. Yeah, it's a console. So it says here, PlayStation and Xbox are using PC parts, motherboard, APU, which is the CPU, and GPU on one chip. Exactly. What we would call consoles were always simple computers. Consoles became stripped down to PCs with the Xbox. PC firms have to expertise that the console companies could not compete with no on cost of expertise. Oh, interesting. If anyone with half a brain cell would be inclined to refer back to gaming publications when the Xbox was announced, they wouldn't find articles calling it a PC disguised as a console. It always was. A PC dies everything. Let me see. Whatever. It's an Xbox. MS marketed console versus PC hybrid as whatever they want does. Let me see. They can add the function, but who cares? What matters is the games exactly. But here's the thing, though, right? We're just having like a good discussion about it because I brought up the whole DVD thing in PS2. That's on me, chat. But at the end of the day, I'm just trying to spin something that these guys have been spinning out there and trolling them for a little bit, though. Because look, why not? Let's show them for fun because they're out there saying, "Hey, hey." So, but your PS5 though can play. Can it play Blu-ray DVDs? I think it could though, or they take that option off because man, these days I don't even know what the heck the PS5 has. Seriously, I don't know. Y'all too old for this console PC nonsense. Hey Zuri, good morning, Zuri. How you doing? Gaber, I know we're too old, but we had to bring it up. We had to bring it up because it's insane how much they bring up all these arguments all the time out there. They're out there, trying to fight this because I gotta tell you something, chat. I gotta tell you something. They are pissed. They are so mad it's not even funny because for 2 or 3 years they've been saying that Xbox is not gonna do a console. They've been on the dot. They've been doing this all the time and saying it's not gonna happen. It's dead, it's gone, and everything. But now every time they see more and more about it, they get even more furious. I'm just laughing my butt off. No, it's a PC. No, it's a console. Who the fuck cares about that shit? As long as I play games, I'm happy. That's all I care about. Man, it could be mobile. I don't care. I'm gonna play games. That's what I care about. But they are mad. They are furious, my friends. They are furious because man, all their narratives of Xbox, the only one that's not mad out there is Dreamcast guy. He's not mad out there because either way though, he's still gonna make his Xbox dead videos. That's all he's gonna do. He's gonna make that video again and again and again and again. I mean, hell, Helix can come out tomorrow, and if it comes out, he will say it's dead because it's missing a USB port. That's what he will do. They were, man, the Xbox Series is way, way more powerful than the PS6. We have Dark Zone. We cannot actually grab that and debate it right now because look, even though it says it's a bit faster, it's going to use the new, I think it's called Diamond FSR and all that stuff that's happening though. Even though they say that, we had to wait for the console specs and compare. It's been the plan for all along. The same people calling it a PC are mad about that everything is an Xbox and say they should focus on it. No, the thing is, Survey, that marketing campaign though was a bit confusing. And even though I got the idea, but a lot of people were confused by it. That's the problem. Exactly. You got to make it make sense. But that was the whole thing with the marketing campaign. A lot of people were confused by it. A lot of people did not understand what the fuck this means. Um, but I always say, even in the marketing campaign of the commercial, it should have said this is an Xbox, right? They said this is where it all began, and this is where now it's been moving around to. But still, or either way, explain how the Xbox, no matter what, it still exists, and it has to be like the number one thing out there. And that's why it's got some confusing out there. Of course, PS fanboys saying that Helix won't sell, and I somewhat agree. I don't think they will sell one if. Here's the thing, though, bro, boy. That's if if yeah, there you go. Gen X Gamer actually brings a good point. There, look at those numbers. Actual gamers is 50-50 across Xbox, PS, and PC. But the thing is that number is actually a bit more higher. I mean, if we sit there and do percentages, though, there's a lot more PC gamers out there than console players. No joke. They're sitting almost at 2 billion. I'm not kidding you. But like I was saying, though, if going back to that idea, they say it won't sell 10 or 15 million. So I sit here and I ponder. I was like, where do you guys get these ideas from? Because you guys talk to analytics, or they brought up this idea that it's actually not going to sell. Why not? Because one key factor is pricing, right? Key factor is pricing, and another key factor that they really need to focus on is the marketing. If they actually get the marketing right and the pricing right, it will sell. I don't know why people believe that it won't sell. Why not? Why not? I mean, I'm just curious. Like, why not want to sell though? Why not? Because look, if the consoles do what's right, if these Xbox Helix, you got this console that you can play your Xbox library and everything, on the box, and you add PC to it in order to play your PC games from Steam, from Epic, and all that, all those stores probably have downloaded games from, and you sell it for, let's say, between eight. Like I said, the console's going to be between 500 and 1,000. I'm stuck to that idea. I don't know why it's going to be in between that. But if you guys do that though, do the pricing right, do everything correct, marketing and all that shit, you have a good machine right there for you to sell, and it's going to attract not only console gamers plus the PC players who try to jump in here. Because listen, PC machines don't last forever. And with the RAM crisis going on, we don't know how long it's going to take for them to come back to it. We don't know. So what do you think they're going to do? Might say, hey, let me go get a Project Helix. I got games over here and I got this over here. I got my PC games too. And boom, 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 boom. Does it quick? That's what you got to do. Market it and have it at a good price, and you'll see it's going to sell. But them going out there and coming up with these analytics because they heard it was a premium device. Chat, since the Xbox One X, we have been getting premium devices. I'm going to Xbox One X because the Xbox One X was the premium device. I mean, that MFR came out with top notch technology. That thing, was making games 4K 60, was doing all this stuff, and then you got the Series X and Series S that that on the box that said 8K yada yada. But with the Series X though, in HDMI 2.1, which, and let me tell you something, this is actually an interesting thing though. Which this damn box had HDMI 2.1, and there was actually one damn TV that had HDMI 2.1. And look at the price of the damn TV. It was expensive as hell. And now, we're getting more TVs and all this stuff, that have HDMI 2.1. They're actually cheaper, yada, 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 and all this stuff. But it's there. It's there. So, with the advancement technology they did with these consoles, because when you sit there, you look at when the Series X came out on the PS5, you look at them like, oh shit, these guys made a huge leap, which they did. These consoles, using the FSRs, the DLSSs, and all that stuff, they actually made a big jump to it. With this technology inside the console, with the HDMI 2.1, facing 2080 graphic cards at the moment. Which, what was the price of the graphic card? 2080. Was it 700? I forgot the price of the damn graphic card, but I know it was a bit expensive though. But at the end of the day, they could get this console for the price of what, $500? Oh man. You will have to sell the accessibility of PC gaming and free online. That alone will sell the hardware. Interesting though. One PlayStation, whether you like it or not, will pretty much be the console of choice for majority because the name alone. And you have an Xbox coming out 1K 2000 for console players with a stick that's stuck with PS if they don't want to play PC games. But bro, boy, I think this is just because people are confused about something though. They're trying to make us. Here's the thing though: if you get the box right, that's let me give you an idea, right? Let me give you an idea. I buy an Xbox. I buy I buy an Xbox, but you get it home. You turn on the Xbox, and the Xbox tells you, okay, you got an option. You want to install Xbox, you want to install Windows, you want to install Linux on this box, for example. This is just me just throwing stuff out there. I bet you, bro boy, you can install all three programs in the box. You see where I'm going with this or not? Because, bro boy, if you had someone out there who was a modder, I mean, who still is a modder, go in, cruise by. What I mean by cruise by is literally working in the PlayStation operating system, right? Kicking its butt to get Linux on the machine and run it. And here's the funny part though. When you play the game from Linux, so what it does is it pretty much overclocks the console. It does, right? It does, the console starts to push hard because you have the game in top settings probably running onto it. It pushes the console, overclocks it, which makes it overheat. But bro boy, he got Linux installed in the box. So believe it or not, it's just a program. So he grabbed this, what was it, 400, 500, 600, 700, $800 console, and he just literally turned it into a PC. He just bypassed the whole thing with PlayStation operating system. He did. Yep. PC games and console games are the same. The PC looks superior depending on the hardware. Exactly. That's true though. That's true. That is so true. And that's the whole point though. I mean, you can probably do that. No joke. If you can go in and mod these suckers, then you can probably make Xbox a Windows console 100%, even though it does have a Windows, right? But I'm making it full blown Windows. You probably can do that. But here's the thing, though, bro, boy, and you need to understand something. When you go on Twitter, when you go on Twitter, you have a fan base already installed on Twitter, right? You have a PS fan base, which they're all goofy. To be honest, though, you got a PS fan base, which they're all goofy. There's like I always say, if I would have a PS fan on the show, it would be Big Cloud because he actually calls things down the middle. I wouldn't have Nib. I wouldn't have nah. I wouldn't waste my time with those guys because at the end of the day, they're Mr. Know It Alls. Like they think they know it all, but they don't know jack shit. No joke. For me, they don't know jack shit. But you have an install base there, and you cannot ever focus on one install base. You can't. There's some people who actually, focus on one thing and they don't see beyond that. And they think because they hear media, they hear the nibs, they hear all these guys, they're actually saying the truth. Like, for example, take a big example. Do you think, and this is actually a very good question, do you think these PlayStation guys who buy a PlayStation console is to play their exclusives? We all seen the numbers. We all see the numbers. PCs broad term. Not all PCs can play games. You need a good PC. Game on Jesse. Listen, with the cloud now and the way the cloud is, you don't even have to have that much power to run it though. If cloud can run it, and if your PC has good RAM and does not have the best graphic card, you can probably run it on the PC and have fun. I mean, that's the thing that we're trying to sell out there. I haven't tried it, but I'm talking to those Xbox guys who seem to think just because it's going to play PC games is going to be PS. If you won't beat PS in sales, it will be in performance. Yes, I don't trust anyone that puts the real truth in their titles. Like, what's the real truth? Survey. What'll be the real truth? As a neutral, I don't always play on console, but when I do, I play on Xbox. But again, chat, let's bring it back in again to how Sony's scared of Steam. Interesting. Hey, 108 Dragon TV, happy birthday to you, brother! You did a birthday show yesterday, man. I'm glad you did. Happy birthday, homie. Happy birthday, homeboy. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, my brother Lemon, man. Hope you had a fantastic show, my friend. Hope you had a lot of fun. Heck, that's what you gotta do. That's what you gotta do. Have fun, my friend. Seriously, have fun. Hey, don't drink too much, and don't be driving. And no worries. One day I'll go to your place and drive your motorcycle. And I'll crash it too, just for the hell of it, just to make you mad. No, I'm just kidding. I won't crash it because motorcycle crashes hurt. But yeah, I'll go there and ride it. And I say people on social media always will have troop banners or tattoos. Oh, okay. All right, cool. All right. I just see minimum. You need a smart TV. Samsung OLED has GeForce. Let's use it. Oh, nice. Oh, they zoomed in. So, like I was saying, though, Sony's scared of Steve. They're scared of Steam, it seems, because you got this little box that's going to innovate, bring cool stuff. Probably so. And the Xbox now. 108 Dragons TV with a $2 super. He says PC gaming is still not plug and play, but I do both. Yes, sir. You do both. Yes, sir. Exactly. But the thing is, though, 108, though, we were just having a discussion, though, about something, and I brought up an interesting point. Was the PlayStation 2 a video game console, or was it a DVD player? You know what I mean, though? That was a whole discussion earlier. We had a good discussion right there because you got the whole that is it's not a console, it's a PC thing. So now I'm asking that question: is the PS2 a video game console or is it a DVD player? Just for the hell of it. But yeah, like I'm saying though, they're scared, my friends. They are scared. Sony is scared because, like I said, they have not innovated. They have not gone elsewhere. All they've done is sit there on that box, and of course, they bring you power, cool. They bring you graphics, cool. They bring your service, cool. Online gameplay, yeah, all that cool stuff. You got all that stuff. But at the end of the day, though, even though you got all that stuff, though, and like life these days, we're on the go. And that's true. Life these days, we're on the go. What are we going to do? We're going to get a handheld just to play those games? Why I can get a handheld that I can play pretty much a whole bunch of games? Because, yeah, PlayStation Library just got a bit smaller now. If Xbox, Helix is going to have those Steam stores in there. And if developers are going to develop once in the box and that's it. You all got smaller now. Rated Blade with a £5 super, or is it a €5 super? Cha-cha-cha-cha-cha-cha. Louis, bro. People have forgotten that Sega DC and Saturn X64 both had RAM upgrades, so they PCs too. People should get the H out of here. Rated Blade. That's why we sit there and we laugh at them. We laugh at all these discussions, my friend. That's what we do. We laugh at them. We laugh. Like I asked Bro Boy earlier, and I said, Bro Boy, if you bought an Xbox and it had these three options, so you can install, the Xbox One on the Xbox, or you can install Windows, full-blown Windows, or Linux, the machine would probably do that. It probably would. Because we just saw the other day a modder put Linux on a PS5. That was insane, though. I mean, heck, he must have sat there and did a lot of stuff, but he actually got it to run Linux on the PS5. Amazing. So again, I asked the question: is the PlayStation 5 a PC? I went full PC last generation. I'm not paying the SIP and console tax for online gaming. Consoles have always been stripped down. PCs now everyone wants to call them PCs when this shit happened. Helix is a console, just Rona says so. But it's the first console to allow you to play PC games, no hassle of upgrades. Exactly. So okay, so if you still play online, the Helix is a console. I don't know, survey. I mean, look, if we're good, we don't know. We gotta wait till the console, comes out and we see more stuff. Until they mention there's not gonna be any paywall. And at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Jason Romano said it's a console. This is a console that's gonna be able to play PC games. Period. There's no discussion there. And I know these guys are gonna go out there, mention all this stuff. It's just like the Xbox One Ally. They change that shit around all the time, but at the end of the day, it is an Xbox device because it has a damn name called Xbox on it. And I don't care what they say, though. I say it's an Xbox device because it's got the Xbox on it. So here we go. Here comes the question, though. Check this out. TCL owns 51% of Sony's TVs. So if Sony right now comes out with a Bravia and says Sony Bravia on it, is it a TCL TV or is it a Sony Bravia? You see where I'm going with this, chat? PS runs Linux OS, Xbox runs Linux Light OS. Are they PCs? They're a console. It's just lies that they say out there. The Xbox last run with the console Helix? I don't know. Let's Tech, I don't know. I mean, Let's Tech, in order for that to happen, cloud has to be perfected for that to happen. And it's going to take. And man, we all know that cloud gaming started, what was it, 7 or 8 years ago. And now they brought up that, it actually has, what is it, 2K right now or something? I don't know what they added to cloud, though. But I mean, I do know. I just don't remember what it was. But shit. Man, server, you're getting a bit agitated, man. You gotta take a chill with that. The TV or monitor? That's a good question. But TVs, though, my friend, TVs now have a PC option, which they can make them into monitors. Like for example, when I bought my LG C2, right? And now with the PC ports also having an HDMI. Like for example, my graphic card has an HDMI out, so I can literally grab my graphic card, plug it into my TV, and use it. You can use it and play on the TV. I've seen a lot of people connect their PCs to the TV and use it as a monitor. And not only that, also TVs have the what's that thing called? The I forgot the name of it because I'm not a big PC guy. What's the thing called? Hold on, I'll look for it. Hold on, chat. I'll look for it. Oops, now I forgot the set I use. Ah, can you guys believe it? Here it is. Artings. All right, there it is. Okay, just found it. So it says here. No, that was tested on 42-inch OLED as a PC monitor. If you're interested in particular monitors. So yeah, you can basically turn your TV into a monitor. It says here. I forgot what that thing's called. It's like 1 millisecond, something like that. It says at 1 ms. I forgot what that thing is called though. That they say it all the time. DCI-P3. No, that's not it. Let me just look for monitor. Samsung gaming monitor. Let me just open one. See if I can find this. 1 year warranty. Okay, I see this. So it's fine. 2004 free sync. Okay. See if I can find that term though. 140 ppi. That's not it. Oh, it says 240 hertz and 1 ms, which is the 1 ms. I think is the response time is 1 millisecond, something like that. Yeah, is ms mean 1 millisecond, which is a range of average response between 1 millisecond to 1 and 9 millisecond. Try to get it as a whole number. Yes. So TVs now have that whole response thing, which is 1 millisecond, 2 millisecond stuff on there too. Because I saw that on monitors though. Hey Pickles, good morning. Otaku Shaku, Game Motion Plus. Ah, it's a console because it plays X. But here's the thing though, you can watch Netflix on your monitors too. PC monitors don't have VGA ports anymore. Wow, I did not know that though. Day Reezy, good morning to you, sir. How you guys doing? 1 millisecond. Thank you for that, Matrix. Sorry for running late. I was feeling a little off today from a vaccine I took yesterday. Oh man, that's okay, man. You don't have to be sorry about that. Listen, you don't have to be sorry about that, my friend. I mean, if you're not feeling so good, you can sit down, relax, and just sleep it off or whatever. Because I hate, when you get a shot or something, you get like, ooh, ooh. I know how that feels though. So calling them PC now, and so yeah. But look, whatever they say, survey, all we gotta do is laugh at them. That's it. Oh, and I did bought the Xbox One X yesterday as early week birthday present. Wow, that's good, man. That's good. Good birthday. No, happy birthday to you, brother. That's a good present. I wish I could though. But I gotta travel to the States to pick it up. So yeah, maybe one day I'll go travel to the States and pick that sucker up. Be like, yes, I finally got my Xbox One X. So I can play video games, in the room, or watch TV or whatever. So that way, my attention doesn't go to the TVs or something, like how, and not finding TikTok though. Oh man, F Jeff, he's a fanboy. Oh, okay. Good old fanboys. Like I said, concept is true. Okay, sorry for late. Okay, read that. But chat, funny stuff, funny stuff. I just love how they go out there and they come up with all these goalposts, all these narratives, and all this stuff. My Samsung OLED TV has G-Sync, 4K. There you go. It's capped 120. Since the 5090 HDMI isn't consistent. Wow. Honestly, holding the device just feels comfortable. It does. It's a really comfortable device. I did try it out when I was in the States. I went to Best Buy and I had it in my hand and I was, using it, having fun with it. It was a good thing. It was a good thing. It was fun. It was fun. I also tried the little, because that's something though. I also tried the little box that outsold Xbox, out there, which, it did though. It kind of outsold it in Black Friday, that little $200 box. And to be honest, though, I used it, and yeah, it's still like I mentioned earlier. It's still got like a little drag, I talked about it in the episode. It's still got a little drag, but it's a fun console for kids though. You know, maybe Xbox should take a hand and try to bring back that Connect though. Make some Connect games. I miss those Connect games. They're pretty fun though. The version looks better than the Legion Go. It does? Wow. Oh, because there was a Legion Go, but it wasn't working. And when I picked up the Legion Go, it's just I was like, no, it's not comfort for me. And yeah, I already tried the Steam Deck. It was okay. I already tried the One X player. It was okay. I like seriously the Rock just because the way it's set up, it feels comfy. It's a comfy thing though. It's not because it's an Xbox device. Because people say, "Oh, you just say that because it's an Xbox device." No, no, no. It actually does feel comfy. No joke. I want that GPD 1.5. Really? Pick it up. If you got the cash, pick it up. What's the GPD 1.5? Let me go see. GPD 1.5. Let's see. Wait, you want that damn thing that costs like $4,000? Holy smokes! That thing is expensive though. Ah! I mean, if you want to spend it, that's a. I mean, that shit for 3,000. What is it? $3,442. $422. That thing for $3,422 better do something extra for me. It better do. That's a lot of money. We to pick that thing up. You better do something interesting. It's too expensive. Too expensive. It was 1,200 before the round nonsense. Wow. 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 Pocket change says Malcolm Lax. Oh, okay. Malcolm Lax acting like those fanboys. Like, yeah, it's okay. I'll pay $100 for PlayStation games. Man, that thing. When I heard that conversation from that dude, when I heard it out there, like seriously, that was like the only time I wanted to go out there and kick someone's butt. I was like, bro, you deserve a butt whoop. I'm not kidding you. How can you go out there and say that on a podcast? Like, I wish PlayStation could have games at 100 because the quality's worth it. Oh man, oh my god, oh god. Seriously, stop giving them ideas. Say the contrary. Make cheaper games. That's what you got to do. Make cheaper games. Stop giving them ideas. I mean, chat. Would you pay $100 for a game? I mean, I've done it before, of course, but the simple game though, will you pay $100 for the game though? For the simple one, not the one that has all the deluxe stuff though. Major says 100. Oh hell no! I mean, seriously, I wish my gas was $10 a gallon. That's just no. Everybody said no. Then how come you go out there on a podcast and you bring up and say, "Oh, because the quality of the game is $100"? Well, I mean, you gotta laugh at this shit. Let Tech says Game Pass Ultimate for play games, Xbox 4 to 6 months per year, bro. Louis, exactly. Because this was so funny, Let Tech. Look, they actually said it because their quality is actually worth it. But you got a damn machine right here that costs $500, right? They think that the quality is based in. Look, let's say you buy a console and listen, this is that average buy though. A console gamer through the generation usually buys between, let's say, this is average, so 50 to 100 games. That's average, right? 50 to 100 games. 50 to 100 games. With 20 games alone, you buy a 50/90. Just 20 games alone. If he's going to buy this for $100, $100 a game, with 20 games alone, you buy a 50/90. That's it. You buy one, and what you do is with the 50/90, let's keep on going though. So $100 for games. So let me see, 50 on average. You could probably put yourself a PC, and then you don't have to worry about quality anymore because you're gonna have a machine that's gonna last you 10 years, giving you fucking quality top notch. No joke. And what you do is you build yourself a PC, you have it on there, and yeah, cool. And then after you build yourself a PC with all those cool graphics and all those cool upgrades, you wait on sales on Steam and get them for more cheaper, and you will have better quality than what you do in your console. My God. In an alternate universe, probably Louis would buy $100 Ultimate Edition of Indica. No, that would never exist. Because hell, if there was another universe and Louis was there and he was about to buy a damn Indica, I would travel through to that universe and slap the hell out of Louis, kick his ass. I'm not killing you. I will kick his ass and say, Louis, you're not paying for this shit. When four game costs about the price of console, that's not exactly survey, exactly. Survey exactly, but they were saying that out there, my friend. They went out there and said, the game should be 100. Even at 70 is expensive. I'm not happy with the damn $70 price. Shit. That's a major price thing right there. That's too much money. Chat, that is too much money. $100 for a game? You know what we do with $100? Shit. That's how we do with this. I'm telling you guys, there's some people out there that give out some crazy ideas. They do. They do. You know what's so funny, chat? When Pisser 2.0 came out, they were out there celebrating. That's another that was a funny one. They're out there celebrating Pisser 2.0. Resident Evil looks great on the PS5 Pro, and then you had the guys from Digital Foundry. Yeah, the PS5 Pro is the best place to play the game. When will the sucking up stop, though? Stop sucking up. I even say this on my channel. I have a Series X. I love Xbox to death. But I'm going to tell everyone here, and seriously, and how will they take me serious if I say, listen, the best place to play Resident Evil Requiem is on an Xbox Series X with Dolby Vision and all that shit. Turn that thing on and trust me, the game will look better. And then you have another person, like NVIDIA or confirming and going out there and saying, hey, this game runs at 120 FPS, 130. You tell me what runs better then. You cannot take me serious with that. Hey, what's up, Why So Serious? How you doing, bro? Good morning. Oh my God. I mean, what seriously, I can't believe they again, when will the sucking up stop though? Y'all gotta quit sucking up to this stuff, to the console, to things, because I understand. Sony gives you the bag. I get it. You get a nice bag, of games and codes and stuff you can play and have fun. I get it. But at the end of the day, what? Why do you gotta suck up to it? Heck, if Xbox gave me a game and it sucks, I would say it sucks. I don't care. If I don't like it, I'll say it sucks. Not my game. I'll say literally in general it sucks. Like I say for Horizon Forbidden West and Horizon Zero Dawn, I do not like that game. That's a personal take. It sucks for me. Say someone will like it. Like I said about Avowed. Avowed didn't click on me. I did not like Avowed. But it's okay. Avowed clicked for a lot of people, which is cool. Not every game clicks for you. So no, then why? But again, when does the sock up stop? You see them kissing their butts. My God. I will buy GTA 6 at $80. Dan said BB Money. Man, BB Money, you buy it for $1,000. We know that. You're not BB Money, here's the thing though. You're not included in the package. You're a guy that we put you over here. You're not included in that package, BB Money. You're not included because listen, if GTA 5 comes out and says, oh, we're selling it for $150, you will go ahead and buy it. You'll be the first one buying it, my friend. Yep. That's what you do, though. Microsoft plans come with the new Xbox, make it 800 and have it upgrade. And have it, you can upgrade it 2 years, an upgrade will come. Our little upgrade 200, big upgrade 300. Hey, that's actually a good idea. No joke. That's pretty cool. What? Did he just say you got your dad? Hold up a minute, baby money. So you're telling me daddy buy you games? Baby money, come on, man. You gotta be kidding. Come on, baby money. You gotta be kidding. Baby money, get to work, man. Hmm. I had to throw a little bit of baby money though. I got 113 for GTA and more. You right? Said baby money. He said he got daddy. Daddy, back him up. It's okay, baby money. I mean, if it's a gift, it's cool. When you're playing with baby money, oh, that ain't gonna hell no. Heck, chat, I will play with baby money and I will live stream it, and you'll see what's gonna happen. You're gonna see what's gonna happen. You're gonna see what's gonna happen. I'll play WWE 2K26 with Baby Money on PC. You see what's gonna happen because Baby Money will be like, "Oh, I got a girlfriend." He won't even tell you. The whole "I got a girlfriend" phase came from him, and the whole joke behind it is that when we were playing Call of Duty, he wasn't in the party chat. He was not, but he just left and just left the character, and I was finding ways to boot him out the game. And so I came with the phrase that, you know what he does? He starts the game and all he says, "I got a girlfriend," and go. Because that's basically what he says on the shows, though. He says, "I got a girlfriend. I got a girlfriend." That's all he says, though. Going down to what? Partly the server might come down because, shit, you won't be playing the game. I'll be playing the game by myself. And shout out to the 40 people here on the show. Please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. Also hit that bell. Go for it. Go for it. Hit it. Hit it. Hit it. Oh, man. BB will be standing in the street corners and covering it. Oh, damn. You guys. Stop picking up BB money, Chad. Stop. He's a nice guy. He's at the end of the day, he's a nice guy. Chad, I mean, funny conversation today. We were just having too much fun with all the things that have been said out there on Twitter X, of course, because why not? We gotta have fun. Interesting fact though, the Project Helix was worked for over a decade, says out here. But I already told you guys, they've been wanting to do this for quite some time, from what I've heard or seen out there in documentaries and stuff like that, though. And now we're back to Starfield going to PS5. Okay, we're back to that, my friends. It's going back to that. Yep. But people kind of forgot, though, we have a 35th anniversary for Bethesda coming up. They forgot about that, my friends. But at the end of the day, if it goes or if it doesn't, we have to wait and see because, I don't want to be that guy that says, "Well, Starfield and go to PlayStation," because if you say that, you probably get clickbait or something like that. People go out there. For example, the Jameses who have nothing to do besides coming into shows and watching what people say for him to clip it and go out there and post it. That's what they do. And I froze. Okay, I'm back again. Good. Yeah. Well, I got a new Discord, Crazy. You can pick. Me money. How many Discords you gonna have? Man, baby money, you like my friend Olivo. No joke. Olivo, I'll be honest with you. Olivo, this is my friend Olivo. He's a good friend of mine who lives in the States. Olivo switches more phones than one of those 800 number calls. I mean, he has had more phones than that. You ever know those 1-800 phone numbers that you can call and the lady picks up and it's like, "Oh, yeah, here, let's talk." And you got to pay like $2 or $5 with talks and everything, I know what I mean. Those 1-800, or those 1-600 numbers, whatever they were. My friend only has more phones than that damn thing has. Like all of a sudden, and this is weird though. He's lasting long with his number, with his new cell phone number. I mean, Big B, you're like my friend Olivo. You have more usernames than those fucking phones. Did this man just say he has 13 phones? Those are still a thing, though, survey. I'm just using that as an example, though. He's like, those still a thing. Hey, listen, I don't know. They might be. All you gotta do is, and this is what I tell everybody, hey, Google is your best friend. Go Google that, because I'm not Googling that stuff on my computer. No. I'm not Googling that stuff. No. Why wouldn't I Google that stuff? Because that could be and then all of a sudden, my streams, when you see like websites popping in, they could probably pop in with that stuff. And so, no, I'm not Googling that stuff. No, 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 no. Burner phones are used for criminals. More phones than the FBI agents is. Nah, I don't think BB is too nice to be one of those guys. He's too nice, my friends. He's too nice. He's too nice. Let's see though. What's here? What's here? What's here? What's here? Let's see what else is happening out there because we have tackled a lot of stuff today. We actually had a good conversation. We actually had a conversation about Sony being afraid of Steam. Like I said, the PC rumors are true. Because listen, if Star Wars comes out, I'll be like, whoa, but wasn't this hmm hmm. Chat, who's picking up Crimson Desert? We got jetpacks in the damn game now. Jetpacks. But who's picking that up though? Because look, I'm mixed feelings with this game right now. I'm mixed feelings with Crimson Desert because some one thing I don't like is it feels like it's still not optimized. BB, in the description down below, there's a Discord address right here. Look, you hop in there. I'm not gonna search for you, buddy. You hop in there. Look, I even posted for you right here. You hop in there and join. I'm not gonna search for you, my friend, because if you have 1,000 users, I'm not gonna search for you. No. I think Chad, I'm starting to figure out BB Money. I think BB Money has got one for cheating on his girlfriend, two for talking to his probably all of them are for him talking to all the women out there. Why so many users, BB Money? I'm starting to get curious though. I think Crystal is going to look amazing, but I think the game will suck. Says Survey. Really, you really think that though? But a lot of people are actually happy about it. One thing I saw from a trailer, what was it, yesterday, the day before, is that it's got jetpacks. I was like, why the blue hell do you need jetpacks in there? But hey, listen, if it comes to fruition, and it comes to, that's cool. People are gonna have fun with it. Okay, go for it. But my problem with Crimson is my problem with the game is if I feel like it's not really fully that optimized, so I'm gonna wait a while. I'll wait till it comes out, see the videos and everything, and probably say if I'm gonna pick it up or not. I'll have to check out more on it, my friends. I have to check out more on it. To all honesty, because I'm not convinced about it. So let's see though, what's cooking over here? Chat, I got a question. Louis, they are trying so hard to push the PS5 Pro. You see the new Crimson Desert clip? Oh, I know they are. I talked about this. I even said, why are they sucking up too much? They gotta stop sucking up. I don't understand why they're pushing it too hard. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I'm gonna zoom in on this one. Why are you guys pushing it hard though? Pause. Why are you guys trying to push that box so hard out there for people to go pick it up? Is it because people are not buying it? Because you need Sony. Why do you need social media that much to go ahead and promote That shitty ass thing for people to go to get people to pick it up though. Are you guys not selling as much? I'm being serious with the question I'm asking though. Because they're really pushing that console hard. And it's kind of a shame that they're doing it because when Resident Evil Requiem came out, they were all cheerful and going crazy about it. And now we see that it wasn't working 100%, as they were saying though. And that Capcom had to come in and turn off an area. And now you have Crimson Desert out here. You're trying to sell Crimson Desert with the PS5 Pro? Why y'all pushing so hard? Hmm. Hmm. Look at Sapo. Shout out to the current 30K players trying to keep Marathon alive. I salute you. Damn, Sapo with the slander. Eyes, bro, Louis. What do you mean eyes for what, though? Because I'm being serious, though. Why are they pushing this shit too damn much? It's a mystery we gotta figure out. Hey, why so serious? Do me a favor, call Scooby-Doo in the game. We're gonna find this out. We're gonna unmask the situation. No joke. Wolverine only on PS5. Laugh out loud. Win. Win for who? How is that a win? I pray that they buy it though, because one thing I know though, shit, they ain't buying games. No wonder Bluepoint shut down. And I love how they were out there. Hey, oh, Bluepoint was the one who pitched the idea. Oh, fuck Bluepoint. Oh, it was Sony who forced them to do it. Oh, fuck Sony. Oh, they were looking for the butt. But the true butts about Bluepoint and Demon Souls is, and this is the true butts. Y'all don't take notice of this, and I did not see anyone go out there, any PlayStation fanboy go out there and discuss this, is you did not buy it. That's why it fucking failed. Because if you guys would have bought the damn game, actually sold 15, 20 million copies, Bluepoint wouldn't be shut down. Damn, all these fucking console sales, millions of console sales, and yet they don't pick up no damn shit. They don't fucking buy games and do nothing. Astrobot wins Game of the Year, only sold 1.5, while having other games, fucking selling even more and kicking ass. You're, man, ain't selling with that shit anymore. Fucking liar. Seriously, it's just they always lie too damn much. When you watch the videos, you think it's a PS5 exclusive, of course, because they're sucking up to it. They're sucking up to it. Remember what they said last year? Well, we're not making any more Xbox videos because nobody comes here to watch it. I don't think nobody comes over there to watch it. Because you lost the Xbox community there. You lost them with your bullshit. That's why they don't go out there and watch it. There's only a few people that watch it, though. Just to please the damn fan base, all they do is talk crap? For what? Because talking crap does not solve anything. Shit. I think the reason that Tech was not console war. He was just trolling the whole idea that was going on out there. That's what he was doing. I don't let Tech. The reason I don't let Tech. I don't let Tech. I don't let Tech. Let Tech. He plays on PlayStation, he plays on PC. I know who he is. Yeah, I think he's just trolling what those people were saying. Who let Tech? No. I've never seen let Tech be. Let Tech is like Big Cloud. It's like Big Cloud. Let Tech is more on the serious note. He's like Big Cloud. He doesn't fanboy. I know someone else who fanboys a lot more than Let Tech though, but he doesn't fanboy. But no, Let Tech, no. Come back correct. I know a fan when I see him. Look, look, look. Chad, I got another one though. I got another one. I saw something. I want to know if it's true. Maybe you probably see if it's true because I can't find the info. If it's true though, another out here because we're gonna use a right here, my friends. We're gonna use a right here, my friends. Right here, right here, right here. Is the new Square Enix game only available Bravely Default Flying Fairy? Only available on Xbox Series X, Xbox One, PC, and also Steam and Nintendo, no PlayStation? That cannot be true, though. Is that true? You're telling me Square Enix got a... What's up, Meet the Cheetah? Good morning to you, brother. Let me look for that info, though, because, I've not done the search. So let me go see. Bravely Default is only on Xbox. Let's go see what it says, though. Is not. Let me type this in better. Is not on PS5. Let's go see. Huh. Oh shit! It did skip the DP. Wait a minute. What happened here? Why the blue under the skip though? Oh! Uh oh. Why did it skip though? Why did it skip though? Weird. Out of all things, why did it skip the name of that PS5 console? Why did it skip it though? Weird. Gossip. Yep. You gotta see the gossip out there. How come nobody talking about this? Like, all these PlayStation fanboys aren't even talking about the legal thing that's happening over there from PlayStation. Like, bro, asked one of the biggest PlayStation fanboys because across his chest, he has the whole PlayStation symbols on his chest. And he asked him about the thing, and all the bro boy was get blocked from that dude. Why aren't y'all out there talking about, Bravely Default, though? Why don't y'all talk about it? Let's see, the Xbox Series X, Xbox on PC, Steam, Nintendo Switch. Why did it skip PlayStation though? What happened? What happened to that port though? Weird. Weird. Something happened there. Will we hear the gossip on why it skipped though? We gotta hear the gossip. Come on. Bring me that gossip. I wanna know. Tarnished Gamer said could be bad blood between Square and Sony. So you think that Sony and Square actually be duking it out? Because they almost made them bankrupt. Or it could be that Square was going under and Sony was starting to push offering to buy them, and Square said, "Fuck you, we ain't getting sold over there." It could be that bad beef. Chat, it could be. It could be. I'm saying it could be. It could be chat. I'm saying it could be. Damn! Again skipped PS5 and nobody out there talking about it. Dang! On the PlayStation fanboy side, because of course when a game skips Xbox, they go out there and cheer. But when this happens, where's the standard of this? You see, even James, who's I don't know why it says Yoshino Lover. This guy named James out there on Twitter, he says the game should be on all platforms. Crowds are silent about this one. I wonder why. That is interesting to see. That is interesting to see, my friends. It's really interesting, though. Funny stuff, right, Chad? That's some funny stuff. Yes, there's something going on in the background. That's right, Tronish. It's a weird background. So, wait. Good God. Y'all remember those nail polish Xbox controllers? Y'all remember that shit? Y'all remember those nail polish Xbox controllers? Look at this. Look at this, my chat. Look at this. As my brother Jordy out there, Jordy Campbell, he used to be part of Xbox era, back in the day. Well, he still kind of is, though, part of that team, as Jordy Campbell will say. PlayStation is pretty much doing the same thing as Xbox did when it didn't have games. Now it's all about the controller. Get those controllers in funky colors. Yeah, go pick those controllers up. They will be a big seller. Now we got controllers, having some funky lights in them. Let's go. Yeah. Oh my God, seriously. With a month away of Sorrows going around, I mean, you should be talking more about Sorrows. You should be doing YouTube videos about Sorrow like, they're doing with Forza. Talking to the devs, talking more about the game. Get it? Nah, but they're talking about controllers now. Just like when Xbox did not have games, chat. Sad but true, my friend. Sad but true. Yep. Wow. Yeah, they don't say nothing about it. But if it was Xbox, though, it would have been like, oh, Xbox got too many games. It's too many controllers instead of games. Look at that. They're big shoes to fill. Again, skip PS. Bravely defaults. Skip PS. A Square Enix game skipped PS. It came out for everything except for PlayStation. I do not know why. And there's got to be something going on back there, or they were just not feeling ready to port it. I don't know. I don't know. Final Fantasy Xbox has a Square huge boost. I wouldn't doubt the rest of the games on Xbox are selling now. Yes, it does. I mean, look, there's a lot of people who jumped on the pixelated, what's it called, the pixelated Final Fantasies. But yeah, they've been jumping to it and playing it. Chat, give me 1 second. I'll be right back. I gotta go take a tinkle because I drank too much water. Yes. All right, let me go take a tinkle. Yep. Ah, I got paid. Nice. Yay. I got paid. Who you got paid? Sorry about that, chat. I'm back. So, where was we? Where was we? Where was we? What were we talking about? We were just talking about how one game skipped PlayStation. No! No! But we must find out the truth of why they did it, though. Yep. Let's see, though. Some more news. Got Xbox Camp Starfield surpassed fit. Oh. Starfield surpassed 50 million players. Oh, nice, 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 nice. Let's keep on going, chat. Let's see what else is out here. Hmm. Hmm. No, I mean, there's not. I guess there's nothing else to talk about, chat. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. I wonder where the heck is the whole thing. Ah, I think I found the article, chat. Hold on. I finally found it. Hold on. Let me see if that's it. Hold on. Chat. Oh, here it is. Yes, I found it, chat. I found it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I found it, chat. Let's tackle this sucker down. Let's tackle this sucker down. Let's tackle it. We're gonna have some fun with this right now. Let's tackle this. Oh, I'm so happy I found the article I was looking before earlier, and look at this stuff. Look at this stuff right here, baby. I wanted to read this out right now. All right, there you go. So, Sony's strategy shift has PC players begging for ports of a major PS5 exclusive. Ah. A very vocal person in the PC community is making it clear that they won't be purchasing a PlayStation 5 console after Sony's recent strategy shift, and instead are calling for the company to continue porting its exclusives to the platform, starting the Housemarque K's next big release, Sorrows. A recent post from the Returnal developer showed off new gameplay from its upcoming PlayStation 5 exclusive, but many other replies are insisting that Sorrows also makes its way to PC. Hmm. Late last month, reports emerged that Sony's are switching up for PC release strategy when it comes to first-party titles, such as Marvel's Wolverine, Sorrows, Ghost of Yotei, and many more. For years now, the studio has released many of the biggest PS5 titles on PC, usually around a year after they hit the console. This means smash hit exclusives like Marvel's Spider-Man, Death Stranding. Wait, Safo, I'm getting there, getting there. Marvel Spider-Man, Death Stranding, God of War, and more eventually been ported to PC, often with the help of Nix's software. However, it looks like that's about to change, as poor sales figures have resulted in Sony's pulling back in PC ports, with the company now no longer aiming to release its single-player title on the platform moving forward. Again, what I think is Sony is afraid. With this little console that's coming out called the Steam Machine. That's going to probably kick some butt. And the new Xbox Helix is probably going to kick some butt too. That's what I see, though. I think they are scared because, look, bringing in 2.5 billion from throwing it out there, that's actually good. I don't know why they find like that. That's not a chunk. That's not big cash, though. I mean, chat. Tell me, have you guys in 5 years brought in 2.5 billion bucks in your pockets? No joke. If you guys did, give me the recipe so I can bring it in 5 years. Shit. Let's keep going forward. PC players desperately want a Saros port. This change in the strategy will, of course, make no difference to those who already own a PS5. But it's massively disappointing for PC only players, with 2026 shaping up to the massive year of PlayStation, with exclusives such as Saros and Marvel's Wolverine arriving in April and September. Respectively, it's a great time to own a PS5 or a PS5 Pro, of course. Let's push the console again. Yes, something's happening though. We gotta figure that out, right, chat? So, as expected, those who don't own the console are already expressing their disappointment in Sony's release strategy switch up. Spotted by Push Square, a recent post from Housemarque promoting new gameplay from Star Wars has been flooded with PC players begging for a port. Oh, they're begging for a port. because they want a game to land on there that they would actually buy. You find that begging? Hold up a second. Hmm. Because I find it kind of funny that they go out there, right, and they grab this article and talk about it, right? Hold up. I'm not done yet. You'll see. Let me finish this. Let me finish this. Shane, no PC port. One user replies when other says launch this on PC and it's a day one for me. Hmm. Others seem to be a little more demanding with only stating bring to PC or I riot. Some are even outright stating that they will never buy a PlayStation console, but that they really want to play Soros. With a user Tonki reportedly speaking on behalf of everyone says nobody played it until you release it on Xbox and PC. All right, let's keep going. Following a delay to release date, Saros will finally launch on PlayStation 5 next month. The PS5 exclusive takes House Marque's fast-paced gameplay experience first set out in Returnal and evolves into an exciting way. Despite these similarities to Returnal, Star Wars is a brand new IP from House Marquet and sees players take on the role of Arjun Devra, a powerful solitary enforcer who will stop at nothing to find who is he looking for. So, okay, you're not promoting the game. It's one of the many PS5 exclusives set to release this year, with the next most anticipated launch in September, which is Wolverine. After being revealed all the way back in 2021, and Sony's next superhero game is nearly here. Although there were no new details shared on the recent State of Play event last month, and Sony has confirmed it intends to show Marvel's Wolverine in the spring. The huge PS5 exclusive will release in September 2026. Sony's surprising switch up to release its PC strategy doesn't mean that new releases like Star Wars and Marvel's Wolverine won't be making their way to PC. It also means existing releases like Ghost of Yotei will likely forever remain a PS5 exclusive. The good news is that some ports in development are still planned to release, such as Death Stranding on the Beach, which will release on PC this month. Kojima's Smash Hit sequel will launch on Steam and Epic Games Store on March 19th, less than 1 year after its PS5. Okay. Well, at least they don't hide their pony bias. Because like I said, I'm not done yet, right? Chad, you remember I said I'm not done yet. You guys ready for this? You guys ready for this? Before you go out there and call and write an article saying that they're port begging, who's the port beggar now? Who are the port beggars now? Because seriously, you guys have been for months wanting Starfield to come land on PlayStation. Not months, years now. For Starfield to land on PlayStation. And you know what? Hmm, I know there's some people out there who don't want Starfield to go over there. But if it does, if it does, we're going to see Xbox tax all over the fucking place. And we're going to have fun in that show. And trust me, I have a folder full of receipts. So, you sites, if I was you right now, if I was you, I'd start deleting those old articles if it does go to PS5. If it does go. Because, man, in this episode, we're going to roast you all. I'm not kidding you, we will. But again, who's port begging now, though? You guys were port begging right now a couple months ago, waiting for this game to come to PlayStation 5 because you guys keep bringing that shit up. And incredible how you failed because the game is still not there. Hmm. Gotta laugh at this stuff, Safa. You gotta laugh at this stuff. Bungie is about to fold. They paid 3.6 billion and Concord was over 400 million. Think that PC money is much needed. Sony just released a PC ready controller. Yes, they did. So a couple tweets under Nix's post. Trash ass console war articles. Didn't Sony made a PC monitor? Yes, they did, Pickles, and they keep on making monitors though. Well, at least they don't have to have their pony bias, I suppose. Yeah, who bought the Sony monitor? Sounds like this article was written only to bring attention to games. These Sony talking heads and PS marketing are writing by AI. Sounds like a paid promotion. Yep, lighting alone is in order games looks amazing. Yep. So where is the Physics 2.0 that Detective C's promised us? You guys are so weak. This is why you can't go out there spewing stuff. Because I even told you guys, sometimes look, chat. Sometimes look. Let me tell you a little secret. I'll tell you a little secret. Sometimes, chat, as you podcast, you might find out some stuff. Some people might come in, tell you something, all this stuff. Yeah. But if you go out there and throw some crazy idea, like throw in this idea, like for example, you heard something and they told you, the insiders 100% what they say and everything. And if I was here and started spewing what I heard from insiders or heard from industry stuff, let's say someone, I don't know, I'm gonna use an example. Let's say I heard something from someone, let's say, for example, Phil Spencer. I'll use Phil Spencer as an example. Let's say I talked to Phil, I heard something, right? Let's say that. And I go on here and I start talking about it. And then a month later goes by, 2 months later, 3 months later, 4 months later, nothing happens. What do you think I'm gonna say? He'll say, "Oh, Louis is a grifter," or Louis, heard something is going out there spewing stuff. And listen, chat, you know what I do? If I hear stuff, I just wait for it to come out. That's it. Once it comes out, we'll talk about it. Because I mean, I don't know if the company might change strategies. I don't know if it will. Kind of like what happened with the whole PC thing, because I love that in the same damn article, you guys literally talk about how Sony's pulling back, yet the very same person or people that mentioned this to you said, but take it in, they might change strategies down the road. Basically, that's not telling me shit. Y'all were out there celebrating because of a title you guys read from Jason Schreier, but you guys did not basically read the article because in the same article they said that same stuff they can actually switch it back up again and start bringing their games to PC ports. So it's kind of funny though, chat, when you see articles like this calling people beggars, port beggars. Why are you calling them port beggars? They're customers. They're customers who, because you're basically, this is what I see though. You're making fun of a person who you do not know the type of money he has. You don't know if he actually took years and his dream was to build a PC to play games instead of buying a console. Or maybe he used to be a console player and decided to do the switch now because he sees what's happening over here on PC and now he's like they're liking PC. And yet you go ahead and you write these articles, you're making fun of that person. You don't know if that person went through a lot of getting themselves a PC. You don't know what that person had to go through or did stuff, whatever it was. You're making fun of them just for the console war crap. You're making fun of them. I say this, and I always tell everybody this: if you got the cash, go ahead and buy whatever you want. That's the truth, and game on whatever you want. Now you got a customer there that wants to play this game. You have a customer. They like the game, they love it. What are you going to tell them? Oh, go buy a PS5. Why do you think a PC gamer that has a $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 machine is going to go and buy a PS5 for one fucking game? Just one. Because the way we play is different. If y'all have not noticed that, y'all better start learning about how people are. Because the way we play is different. Some people like to game on mouse and keyboard. They play on PC. Other people like to game on console because they like the controller. That's how it is. If you guys don't see that, shit, you guys have a problem there. No joke, you guys have a problem there. So, do you think that now with digital libraries existing, you think a person with 600, $800 or 600, $800, not dollars, 800 games in their Steam, or because that's average though. It's average that a person that has Steam and or has games on a console, or right now they actually play games, have right now a total of 500 to 600 games in their box. That's an average thing. That's an average number. Some people have thousands. I think it's not a cipher that he said he has 20,000 games on Steam. I mean, heck, there's people who have too much on their plate. You think they're gonna go ahead and go buy a PlayStation 5 just to play one game, just one fucking game, and dish your 20,000 library? Because you know what's gonna the PlayStation's gonna do is gonna sit there, like it's happening to me now. It got to a point that I'm even saying, do I need a PS6? Hey, Leopard, good morning. Do I need a PS6 though? That's the point it got me to. Because right now, with Helix going to Steam, and I've been building my Steam library. I've been literally building it. I'm building my library on Steam. I have a couple games in Epic, of course. And yeah, I've been doing it. So, do you think that I get this box, I'm gonna have time to jump into PlayStation and play what, Wolverine? I'm sorry, I won't. I won't have the time because look, this generation, you guys released God of War Ragnarok. I didn't get around to it because basically I was playing another thing. You guys released Spider-Man 2. I have not gone around to it because I'm basically playing another thing. And that's the thing though. It's been keeping me busy to go jump somewhere else. Because I've had so much little time to play. Xbox over 1,000 games and Game Pass versus PlayStation. You get one game per year. And oh man. But seriously, let them think that. Let them think. And for me, like I said, or either they are scared of Steam. For me, that's what it is. Because Steam Machine, they're getting a box out there. That's one. Are they scared of Xbox? For me, it is too. Because that Xbox Helix is looking fucking good. That's two. And three, if they think the PC player is going to jump into console, sir, good luck to you for one or two games. Because if you tell me, because let me tell you what the problem is right here. If you tell me that if I can get a PS5 for $300, then a PC gamer might consider picking it up. But with $400 or $500, I go pick up a motherboard. I go pick up an SSD. I go pick up some RAM, which is fucking expensive. That's what I would do. No joke. Players don't want to swap games. I don't know what they're doing, but it's crazy out there. This generation, they have changed plans so many times. You don't know what they're doing. And all these people want PlayStation like to be the same way it was, but in order for PlayStation to stay the same way it was, is y'all better start buying the games. Y'all better do that. We want Starford to go over there because IGM will score. Again, how are you going to get the supposed 80 million people out there, or 92 million out there? Oh man, sorry about that, chat. 80 people, 90 million people out there to come buy your game. I want to see that. Because when it comes to your exclusives, though, it takes time to sell. Take, for example, The Last of Us, remastered version. You guys sold 20 million copies by 2019, and The Last of Us remastered version, I think, came out, what was it, 2015 or 14? Astrobot, Game of the year. How much is Astrobot game sold though? Let's look at this info. Let's see if they posted that because they haven't posted shit out there about Astrobot though. Still sitting at 1.5 million copies? Aw, I thought it sold more though. Did you talk about Horizon 6 right? Yes, sir, I did earlier today. Why so serious? As soon as the show started, I tackled that down and we went on a long make fun of Sony. We've been making fun of Sony all day. I'm just out here pouring, just having fun, having a blast with the chat. But yeah, we talked about Forza. And what happened with Forza was that they showed a new video. It's in the description down below. Go check it out. What I find weird is that IGN is actually promoting the Forza. I do not know why they're giving it to IGN, but okay, mistake right there, mistake number one. But two, they're out there, talking about the landscape on how big the city of Tokyo is, and how much detail they put in there, and they had to split it to two teams. And yeah, basically, it's just more detail on the game. You guys should watch it. The video's in the description down below. I watched it last night. I tried to watch it again this morning just to refresh, some stats, but I didn't have the time though. I had to hop in here. But yeah, plus the phone calls, plus stuff from work. PS5 right now, first party wise, is not worth 700. That's why I haven't jumped in my PS4. That's why I haven't jumped in. My PS4 is the last Sony console I'll own, definitely. That's the thing, though. How are you going to get them to buy your games? But let's see. I hope Wolverine sells well. Hope it does good for you. Oh, Saros does good for you? I hope it does. Because again, biggest lie out there is you guys talk exclusives, but you guys talk the talk, but don't walk the walk for what it seems. And that's the truth. That's the truth. But, chats, listen up. The crazy ones gotta go, chat. I got several things I gotta do today. I'm gonna go out there, do what I gotta do, head into the office, because, this week has been a busy week for me. And yeah, got several things I wanna tackle and do out there at work. And then come back home and probably start playing Fatal Frame tonight. Because I finished Resident Evil Requiem. Oh, that's true. Pink Charisma wants my review. Oh, Joey hopped in. Uh-oh. Never mind, Pip. We'll talk about it next week. We'll talk about it next week. Wait, you want to jump in, Joey? Joey, you want to jump in? Because if you want to jump in, we can tackle it. You want to jump in? You want to jump in? Because if you want to jump in, we can tackle something that I read out there. If you want to jump in, I'll stay for a bit. I'll stay for an extra 30 minutes. I'm not even touching that game, even if it was on the Xbox. I just beat Resident Evil 4 Remake. Nice, nice, nice. Nice. Oh, you can? Oh, okay, okay. You can. You're not at home? Okay, okay. All right. Okay, cool, cool, cool. But chat, like always, before we go, tell us what you've all been playing, my friends. What you've all been playing. If Sony has Super, then they have my attention. Ah, really? That's I don't understand that. Why can't they make a good Superman game though? Why is it so fucking hard? Like seriously, make a good Superman game. We want it. I want a good Superman game. I don't know about you, Chad, but super good Superman will be fucking amazing though. I mean, shit. Why haven't they ever made that though? Okay, let me check something quick. I think there was like Superman games. All right, let's go look for Superman games. There was actually only one good one, right? And that was the death and return of Superman back in the day. That was actually a good Superman game, but it was a side beat 'em up. I mean, heck, any side beat 'em up is good. You know what we need? We need a side beat 'em up. Joey and Louis side beat 'em up. Hell yeah, I would play that shit. Heck yeah. A Joey and Louis side beat 'em up game. What did this man just say? Chat, what did this man just say? What did he say though? I cannot believe. I cannot believe. I have just read this. Are you serious? Why so serious? Are you serious? You said this loud and clear on the show? The best Superman game is Superman 64? The things I hear. Indica, 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 Dora the Explorer that I really hate with all my guts. And now someone in the chat said the Superman game on Nintendo 64 is actually the best Superman game there is out there. I'm not even gonna grab this thing. Hold on. I'm just gonna throw a shoe at you, man. What the fuck? What? That's how I'm gonna throw my shoe at you. God damn. I can't believe this man said that here. Oh, no, no, no. Don't bring Hello Kitty up. I hate that damn song. Watch Cartoons back in the day, the damn Kitty, Kitty. Hate it. Ugh. Just got aggravated every time that damn thing came up. Kitty, Kitty. Everyone say hello to Kitty. I ain't say no damn hello to damn Kitty. Baby, money ain't buying me shit. You got a girlfriend. You got a girlfriend. Can you imagine that? Me and Joey, man. Me and Joey in the game. Joey, that'd be funny as hell though. We'll get Joey wearing a Kirby. Nah, we can't get Joey wearing a Kirby shirt because then we'll have a Nintendo lawsuit proceed. So no Kirby shirts though. But we'll make Joey like Dave the Diver. So I don't know. We're making fun as hell though. Toe Jam and Arrow, pretty much. What do you mean? If they made a Joey and Louis game, man, it would basically be a Jay and Silent Bob thing right here. If we made a Joey Louis thing, man. Probably, I don't know. I don't know. Kirby Joe. We'll probably get sued if we use that name too. Because Nintendo, they sue like crazy. If they see anything Nintendo on it, they'll kick our butts. Super Mario Returns game is probably the best game, even though it was horrible. You know, I always tried wanting to play that game though. I never took a chance to play it though. But it got bad reviews though. But it felt really good. Like the game was really fun. I heard good stuff about it too. I heard good stuff about it too. But I don't know why it's so hard to make a Superman game though. I don't get it. Superman Returns game. Yeah, let's go see it. It looked pretty fun though. Like you could fly around, do stuff. Oh damn! I should have bought this game back in the day. Whoa, he just destroyed a city with his laser eyes. Holy shit. And look at him moving fast though. Hey, that's actually pretty cool. I don't know why. But they should get that game and just re-release it or do something about it. So people go ahead and pick it up. Hmm. Talk about Nintendo suing America. Yep, I know they're suing them. Yep, the best Xbox 360 is the Hulk and Gator Hero. Talk about that Hulk game that he goes on a rampage and destroys everything. I think it was. I think did that game come out in 360 though. Hold on. Let me see something. The Incredible Hulk Ultimate Destruction. Okay, the Incredible Hulk, the Incredible the Phantom Saga. What the heck was that though? Hmm. Oh God, I remember that Hulk game. That was a horrible game from the Hulk the movie. Oh my God. Oh yeah, the Incredible Hulk 2008. Yep, yeah, that did come on 360. Oh yes, that was actually pretty good. That was actually pretty good. It was really effing good. Really fun too. And the Hulk 2003, of course. The Incredible Hulk Ultimate Destruction, of course. Those are pretty fun too. I mean, if they can make an Incredible Hulk good game, why can't they make a Superman game though? I mean, they made a Hulk game, and Hulk is, Hulk runs around, but yeah, but they could make a good Superman game. All you need is Dark Seed in it, and it gets better. Just add Dark Seed. Is it Dark Seed or Dark Side? Chat, correct me if I'm wrong. Wouldn't a Superman game be like an Iron Man game? Yeah, it could be. Iron game, yeah, because I remember they made an Iron Man game though. Is it Dark? No, wait. Dark Side though. Is it Dark? Why is it? Isn't it Dark Seed though? Because it's DARKSIED. Oh, it's pronounced Dark Side. Okay, I thought it was Dark Seed. I kind of like better Dark Seed. Dark Seed. All you gotta do is have that man in there, like Lex Luthor working with him. Hmm. And it would have amazing boss fights though. And what else? What else could we do that we could change different? I already made the plot in my head. You know what I can do? Dark Side can make a machine that can make the Earth real small. Right? They can make the Earth real small. They can make the Earth real small. I mean, how can I use this as an example? They can make the Earth real small, and it takes him with them. And Lois Lane is stuck in this little bottle thing, right? And Superman was out doing something on another planet, and when he returns, he sees that happens, or he sees the machine taking Earth with it, or Darkseid taking with the machine taking Earth with them, and go back to planet what's it called? Is it Planet Acopolis? Planet Acopolis, and Superman just goes over there and has to fight all these guys and destroy a couple things before he needs to face Darkseid. And before you face Darkseid, you had what's this guy's name who killed Superman? You have a big ass fight with what's it called? Doomsday. Yeah, have a big fight with Doomsday. Hell yeah, and have it on that planet. Like they bump fists and they cause like those big fists, like a big shock wave when bumping the fist though. Yeah, that's a Brainiac plot. It is. They could need Superman with the kryptonite prison and the virus so you can play progressively get his powers back. That's actually about a good idea too. But yeah, I mean, Mike. But the thing is, what they gotta do is they gotta grab everything together, right? Like I'd like make all the bad guys together and just get them to do something crazy. Superman has to go to Dark Side's planet or something, go nuts. That's a planet worth destroying, though. Like you're gonna break buildings, do things, cause big fights. Yeah, I mean you could have Black Adam in there because Superman's got a cool some. Because the best thing about Superman is I always say is the same thing with Batman. The best thing about Batman is his enemies more than the superhero. I like better the like when I go watch DC, I like the enemies more than the superheroes. They really do know how to make those enemies though. There you go. And Brain used to shrink cities and shit. Yeah, that's true, Mike. That's true. But what he can do, he can shrink the. He can get together with Dark Side, shrink the Earth. Superman comes in flying, sees that happening, and all of a sudden they go to another dimension, and Superman just flies in there and goes with them. Shazam! But wasn't Shazam that movie that Shaquille O'Neal played back in the day? Then why would I want Shaquille O'Neal Shazam in there though? Well, through basketballs though, I mean, even though he did a fighting video game which sucked, which was called Shaq Fu. Wow, can't believe we all. That was wow, Shaq Fu. Wow, wow. I sit here and I remember when I even went to get that game because it had Shaquille O'Neal. Oh, that's Kazam. I thought it was Shazam though. You see, I'm confused now. I thought it was Shazam. It's Kazam. Oh, I confused. I was confused there though. Shazam, Kazam. Yeah, I was kind of confused though. Yep, Shazam. I mean, yeah. I mean, I remember I was a kid. I went and bought fucking Shaq Fu. The Mandela effect, Louis. Yes, the Mandela effect. I always get it confused. It's like the Berenstein Bears and it's Berenstain Bears. All my life, I thought it was Berenstein. It's Berenstain Bears. Seriously. And look, I've been looking for the book that I know it said Berenstein, and in my head, I have that I have that in my head that it's always been called Berenstein, not Berenstain. Ah, which one? Kazam? Why in the blue hell you want to watch Kazam? Same thing with Steel. Who in the hell want to watch Steel? That was a bad movie. That was an old cartoon with a genie called Kazam. Yep, I knew that was a cartoon though. Let me see. Cartoon, the genie, Shazam. Oh yeah, and he got big too. These two kids were flying on a camel or something. Yeah, that was it. Yes, Shazam. Yeah, yeah. Which movie? Steel? Same bad with not the damn Steel. I gotta watch that though. Pause. Sinbad. Nah, I don't think Sinbad wasn't Steel though. Nah, he wasn't. God, that movie Steel's so awful. Whew, that was such a bad movie, Steel. And that was basically, the Steel, they were basically making Steel from Superman though. That was it. I think was it based on that was a DC movie, right? Steel movie. Hold on a second. 1997. Hold on. Of course. Like I said, it's based on DC comic character of the same name. Yeah, Shaquille O'Neal trying to do Steel. Yeah, some pretty good actors. I mean, Richard Roundtree was in there. He was the uncle. Uh, that's it. And Shaquille O'Neal, of course. Good guy. Good guy. Remember that Shaq Fu commercial? You look at it like, man, that looks so cool. That Shaq Fu commercial sold on me. I don't know if you guys remember Shaq Fu though. You saw Shaquille O'Neal like doing all these cool kicks and flips. You're like, yeah, I want to buy this game because Shaq Fu looks cool. And when you went on to buy it, the game sucked. The hell did I just buy? Man, I remember that commercial though. Yeah, like Shaquille O'Neal like doing that on the camera, like yeah, do all those cool moves. You're like, yeah, I want to buy that game. Game was horrible, horrible. Can't believe I fell into that trick. But it was, the '80s. I mean, not the '80s. Sorry, in the '90s. You saw that. Yeah, that's cool. Let's go pick it up. Yeah, let's go pick it up. Let's see if I can find a game trailer. If I can find that Shaq Fu. No. You gotta be shitting me. I just saw something. This cannot be true. Chat. Chat. There was. This cannot be true, chat. Tell me this is not true. Chat, tell me this is not true though. Chat, they made a Shafu, a Shaq. I mean, this is Shafu. Sorry, Shaq Fu. They made a Shaq Fu game remake. It's a side beat 'em up. No, and it's actually worse than the other one. No. This can't be true. But chat, thank you all for hanging out with me today. Thank you all for super chats. Thank you all for memberships. You guys rock. You guys are awesome. I love you guys to death. Seriously, chat. Been a fun show today. We slandered Sony for a while. We had our fun. Yes, there was a remake back in the PS4 days, and it probably was exclusive though. What's about a new Skull and Bones game? What? A new Skull and Bones game? Oh, please. I always said about Skull and Bones should have released it with Assassin's Creed Black Flag, though. That would have been a massive hit right there. I recall making them something. Yep. There was a Shaq Fu game on PS4. It's called The Legend, A Legend Reborn. Legend of what? That is not a damn legend. That was the most god awful game that anyone could have made. That is not legend. It's like they go ahead and they make Concord again. No joke. Good God. Happy Friday 13th. Same to you, my brother. Same to you. We gotta watch a Jason movie tonight. I'm gonna watch one. I'm gonna watch a Friday the 13th movie, my friends. I'm going to watch one. I will. I don't know. I'm thinking of should I watch part four before he dies? I don't like the copycat one, or should I watch part eight? Because I always love part eight. Kane Hodder kicks ass in part eight though. Or should I watch the one with the telekinesis girl? That was actually pretty good. Yeah. I don't know, but I'm watching a Friday the 13th movie today. Yeah, I can. Yes, I am. I love Friday the 13th. I do. Or Jason X. Yep, Jason X is so good. Dee 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 dee. I got the So Good song stuck in my head though. Yep. But chat, thank you all for hanging out with me today. I think I've already said this, but I'll repeat it. Thank you all for super chats. Thank you all for memberships. You guys rock. You guys are awesome. I love you guys at that chat. You guys, seriously, good show today. Had a blast. Slander Sony for a while. Because, of course, we do that sometimes. We got to have our fun, right? But chat, you guys have been amazing. So hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and also hit that bell so I can tell you when XBI content comes on. And guys, have a beautiful and do mean a beautiful and awesome Friday and the weekend, my friends. And as always, I will see you guys on the Xbox International Podcast at 7 p.m. ET. If we do come back with Sourbowl, the Big Plume, and Silent Cipher. And on Fridays, invite me if they don't XPI en español with Elvis Elicita and Metal Berserker at 7 p.m. ET also. And last but not least, good morning with Crazy Lou Gaming when I send the signal out over there on Twitter X, Blue Sky, Discord, and YouTube. And that's where you got to hit that bell so you can know when the crazy one comes on top of what's happening in the gaming news world. Chat, have a beautiful weekend, and I will see you guys back on Monday morning with Good Morning Crazy Lou Gaming. Bye, y'all. Have an awesome one.